Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we'll be doing a Sims 4 2020 wish list. Obviously 2020 started a few days ago, so I'm a little late to this, but I figured I might as well make the video now so it's at least out and we can see if any of these things came true or came to the game. So I guess the first thing we should start off the list. The first thing on my list is improved babies. I think this is definitely going to come to the game in 2020. I feel like it makes sense with how long we've been waiting for it, and I think it will be coming out around the summertime. I think would be my best guess because I personally think that there will be a generation style expansion pack coming out hopefully as the next expansion pack, which would be in the summertime. And I think they would have improved babies be like the update like around that time. Like how with any expansion pack there's an update that comes out like a few days prior. So I think improved babies would be that update, and it will come with you being able to move babies around wherever you wish. Maybe they could even crawl. That'd be something really cool, I think. And more cribs, obviously, because I hate the bassinets at this point. They're so ugly. I use custom content cribs from now on only. Um, so yeah, and strollers. So you could take your babies for a stroll in the park or in the neighborhood. It'd just be really nice to have more baby stuff in the game. Next up on the list is a traits overhaul. I feel like we desperately need more traits in the game. There's just so little traits, and I feel like all my Sims have like the exact same traits, and they're like the exact same, and having more traits would make for more interesting stories to tell. So I would really like that, as well as more aspirations, especially for the kids. 4 aspirations for kids, I don't think is enough. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more in the game. So I would really like that. I feel like it should definitely come in a free update. Hopefully one day. I don't know when, but I feel like it should definitely come in the game. Next up on my list is more transportation. Obviously, we should definitely be getting more forms of transportation in the game because we have that new section in like build buy mode that has transportation, which has like bicycles and boats. I think there's something else that I can't remember at the moment, but yeah, stuff like that. And some of the things that I think should be in there would be scooters and skateboards and maybe even a Segway, and like I would really like a pogo stick. I never had a pogo stick as a child, and I don't want to try one now. So I would really like to have my Sims try one and live carelessly through my Sims. So I would really hope for a pogo stick. I don't know why, but I just really want a pogo stick for my Sims. Um, Obviously cars, but I'm honestly not too sure if we'll ever get cars in The Sims 4. Mainly because some of the lots in certain worlds aren't connected to a sidewalk or even a road. So I'm just not too sure how they would implement cars in the specific lots. There's one lot in Brittleton Bay that comes to mind for me mainly because it's just like surrounded by grass, and then there's like a wall. Um, I don't know what that lot is called. I just know it's in Brittleton Bay. And I just wonder how they would go about adding cars. I don't know if they were to add cars, if it would be like a scene like The Sims 3 where the car would be on the lot, and then when your Sim got in the car, it would just transfer over to a road. And I would wonder how they would do that in Solani as well, especially on that one island, because like the volcano area, I don't think there was any roads. It was just all dirt, unless it would be like a dirt road. So it just has me a little bit concerned if they would even put cars in for that reason, and if that's why there's no cars in the game yet. So I would hope for cars, but for me personally, I'm just not 100% sure if we will ever get cars in The Sims 4. But I feel like there will definitely be other forms of transportation. I would also like more different styles of bicycles, and kids obviously being able to ride bicycles. I don't know why that wasn't put in University or even as a free update. It had me a little bit confused, but I feel like it will definitely be in game at some point in time. I think we just have to wait a little bit, which sucks. the next thing on my list is more kids activities, or really just more kids stuff in general, but which is what I mean by that, like more furniture items. Like I hate the beds for the kids in The Sims 4, especially the beds that come with the base game. I think it's called the Kindermaid like stuff. Hate them. They're ugly. I want more stuff. Obviously, they did give us more stuff for kids, but I would just like a little bit more furniture for kids. I think we have a pretty good amount of toys. I would maybe like some more outdoor stuff for kids, specifically like a slide or something like that, or like one of those playground sets where it has like the slide, some climbing stuff, and like a swing set next to it. I would really like that, and I think that would be really, really cool. Um, so, yeah, just more stuff like that. And maybe also some stuff for teens as well, just to kind of separate teens from adults. Because I feel like teenagers are basically adults in The Sims 4 that just have to go to school. So I'd like a little bit more for them as well. And maybe some stuff for toddlers. Just maybe like a few extra toys, maybe in like a toddler swing set would be really, really cool. Oh, also imaginary friends. I know a lot of people did not like them in The Sims 3, but I was one of the few people who really did enjoy them in The Sims 3. I loved having them become real, and I would really like that back in the game. I know a lot of people disliked them. I was one of those weird people who loved them. Let me know in the comment section if you want imaginary friends as well, and if you actually did enjoy them as much as I did. Another thing on the list is supernatural, specifically werewolves and fairies. I didn't really care for zombies, so I don't really want zombies back in the game because in Sims 3 they were more of a hassle than anything. But I would be interested in seeing if they were to do zombies, if they would do them differently than they did in The Sims 3. I don't I have The Sims 2 Ultimate Collection, but I don't play it, so I can't say for sure if there's zombies in The Sims 2. So I don't know how they are in The Sims 2, if they are in there, but in The Sims 3, I hated them. So if they were to put them in The Sims 4, I would love to see how they were to do it. But what I really want is werewolves and fairies, specifically just fairies. I would love to have fairies in my game, and I would like werewolves and fairies to just be in one pack and not two separate packs, because I feel like it doesn't. I feel like when they put vampires and witches and they made them have their own packs, they weren't that good in my opinion, especially the witches one. I don't think anyone was a big fan of Realm of Magic because it was just very bland, and vampires, it was kind of bland as well. I mean, it was interesting, but it was a little bit bland as well. So I would just really like them to just put werewolves and fairies in one pack so we can at least have them in the game. So, yeah, that's really it for supernaturals. The next step on my list is an item that I don't think will be in The Sims 4, but I would like it if they were to put it in The Sims 4, and that is preteens. I remember in the earlier years of The Sims 4, people were asking for like preteens and toddlers, and then we got toddlers, and then they just stopped talking about preteens. But it's still something I would really like to have in my game. So I would hope they would put them in because I think it'd be a smoother transition from kid to teenager if we were to put in a preteen. Because when my kids turn into a teenager in The Sims 4, I immediately have to age up their best friend because then it's just really awkward for me to have my teenage sim be best friends with a little kid. I don't like that, and I would love that to be just a little bit more realistic. So I think preteens would be really cool, and you could have your sim have like a very first crush, and they could go through puberty, and their voice can get really high pitched and then really low, and I think it'd just be really fun. And to like have pimples and all that stuff in game, it'd just be something really cool and different, and I would really enjoy that. Next on my list is rental lots / vacation homes. I love how you can go to Granite Falls and spend a weekend or a week at Granite Falls or Salvarada. I don't know how to pronounce that place. I can't remember it. But you know what I'm talking about. I love how you could like rent those places and stay there for a few nights and all that stuff and do all the activities. But what I would really like is that you could do all that stuff in Solani. So I would love for you to just be able to set any home as a rental lot and just stay in a home in Solani, spend the weekend at Solani on the beach, or even purchase a vacation home and spend the whole year in Newcrest or wherever, and then spend the summer in Solani. And your Sims can still go to work and do whatever, but they just have a home in Solani. And I think it'd be something really different and really cool in the game. And if you could do that in other worlds as well, so you could also visit Windenburg in the winter or something like that, I think it'd be really cool and really different, and I would really enjoy that in my game. And finally, the last thing on my list is more worlds. I love how they gave us Newcrest. I really enjoyed that. And I love just having a completely empty town to build to just put in all these houses and make them all have like the same style and everything like that. And I just really want more empty worlds to work with, because I don't want to have to delete all these other houses and buildings and other worlds and start fresh. I'm not much of a builder. I just like go to the gallery and I put houses in and all that stuff. So to have that, it'd be really cool to have more empty worlds to build with, and different styles, of course, like just different terrains of the world. I think it'd be something really interesting and different that I would really love to have in my game. And that is it for my list of things I would like to have in The Sims 4 in the year 2020. Some of the stuff I could totally see coming in the year 2020 for The Sims, which would be like improved babies, maybe some more traits, and like more transportation and kid activities and stuff like that. Other things I don't think would be coming to The Sims 4, such as preteens and maybe more worlds, but it'd be, or like more worlds as a free update. But I would really like to see that stuff in the game. So I would hope some of these things would make it into the game. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Tell me what you want The Sims 4 to put in the game in the year 2020. And kisses.